Hello. I'm deciding to get ready with me. I don't know why I decided this format. Well, I know why I decided this format because I've been watching some Rachel Maskey. I've gone back through her backlog because I've been doing DIY and I put her on in the background when I do DIY. And I was like, hey, that's a format that people on the internet do for check-in, chatty type things. Hi, it's a check-in, chatty type thing. I'm sitting on my new rug. I don't even know if it's in camera frame, but it's so soft and I love it because I hate the carpet in this room, so having a new rug in this corner is so lovely and it makes the space seem much more cozy. So yeah, hi. I want to do a quick kind of YouTube check-in / chat thing. For a while I've been wanting to do something with YouTube, and I haven't really known what to do with it, and I still don't really know what to do with it because I have a lot of mixed feelings. So I'm going to do a get ready with me while doing that. The funny thing about doing get ready with me is I did one, I think, mid-pandemic, so it was, I don't know, summer 2020-ish. And the whole point of that get ready with me was meant to be like a response to all the girls who were like, oh, I'm just going to put on a bit of foundation, a bit of this and a bit of this, and like this is a super easy hairstyle that I do, and you know, now I'm all ready, haha. And it was meant to be like a hold my beer, look how much faster I can get ready than you, which in hindsight was a bit of a not like other girls mentality, which I hate that sentiment, and I don't think it was intended as such, but that's kind of how it came off. And like, I just want to make it clear, like, I'm not condoning laziness just because I'm lazy. And a lot of the time, like, I want to do like more impressive things with my appearance, but I like sleep, and people who are actually good at those sort of things, like, they put in work and time and effort. Like, they're artists. People who can do like proper like contouring makeup and all that shiz, like, they're artists. Like, let's be honest, like, people who can invest time in that is something that they have prided themselves and they reserved energy to do. And I'm too lazy for that, and I'm not going to condone my laziness as a point of pride. Like, it's something that, like, I'm like, I want to be pretty, but I don't want to, like, put in any effort at all. So, like, that's not the vibe I want to go for. My moisturiser at the moment is sun cream. It's Factor 15, because it is midwinter and I want to use up my Factor 15, so I can buy fresh Factor 15 for next year, because there's nothing worse than year-old sun cream, and I don't want to spend money on actual moisturiser, so I want to use up my sun cream first, and then I'll be using up some random body lotion because I don't care about my skincare routine. I'd rather not spend money, and inevitably there'll be some gift or other from around the family between now and the end of Christmas, which people will not want and I will get as cast off, which I'm happy with. That was my hair care routine, by the way. I just gently brush my hair through. I am trying a new hair care routine at the moment. I'm trying out rosemary water during the week, and I'm just kind of rubbing it into my hair gently. I'm trying to be more careful with, like, I look back at my old get ready with me and I was like, no, this is how I brush my hair. And like beat it with a brush, which explains my split ends, because apparently, according to the internet, people that I've been watching are like, don't do that! So I just gently brush my hair through. I've now got my hair down to once a week washing. However, that has been a bit complicated by the fact that I now finally have hot water and heating in my house, which means that I actually can wash my hair in my house, which is the bathroom just on the other side of this wall, which is great, but it's a shower head that's in the bath. It's not attached to the wall, so I have to sit down to shower. And I have to always have one hand free to hold the shower head, which is no problem at all normally, but does rather impact when you're trying to do like deep cleansing. Like, I've got 7 days worth of grease and oil, and I'm trying to also do deep oiling once a week. Don't know if that's going to help, but I really want my hair to grow. I would really like to have long hair again. So I'm trying deep oiling, I'm trying rosemary water during the week, which so far I don't know if it's making a difference. It feels nice. And it means that my hair towards the end of the week, if it's feeling like super greasy, I'm just putting water in it, and hopefully that's kind of brushing some of it through. I'm also trying to remember to wash all my hairbrushes and stuff in my weekly hair wash cycle, so I've got clean brushes, and that's maybe will help reduce the oil. I don't know, I'm experimenting. Yeah, I've only had hot water for just about 2 weeks, so I've only washed my hair in my bathtub twice since I've had my fresh hot water, and I bought a new shower head yesterday, so I'm hoping that might help. Feeling like really thoroughly cleaned at the end of the week, I don't know. But I'm trying to look after my hair. That's basically the gist of it. Is I'm trying to look after my hair. I want to do more exciting things with my hair. The trouble with getting to a week's worth of clean, like once a week cleaning, is I haven't quite got to the point where it feels like nice to have down during the tail end of the week. During like the first couple of days of the week, I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice to have down, woo. And then towards the like last 3-4 days, I'm like, away. So it's hard to get excited about my hair. So I don't know. It's one of those balances, I think. Trying to do a healthy hair cycle. So we'll see. Hopefully, once the week, if I can push to like 2 weeks, maybe I'll have like a week of feeling like I can have my hair down, floopty floop. I don't know. I'm working on it. It's a process. The trouble with all of these things is people are like, this will instantly make your hair better. It doesn't. It's months and months and months of trial and error. But yes, so my skincare routine is whatever moisturiser I have on hand. Sun cream, recommend all the time. Low effort, high absorption, good for your going out in the world type thing. My lips get really dry in the winter, so I've just invested in some new basic lipsticks. This one's aloe vera flavour. I don't particularly like the taste of aloe vera, but it was part of a set of 3, so I got it. Just so I can have some at all times. I've got one in my car, one in my coat pocket, and one that I try and keep in my room. And that's my look. I've done more than I would normally do. I actually put in fresh earrings today. We've got little snowflake earrings in because it is the Christmas season. I'm wearing one of my favourite tops. This was a caster from my big sister. I hope she never asked for it back. I put on a ring, which I don't usually wear rings, but I was like, I'm doing Get Ready With Me. I'm going to do a sparkle check. And yes, because it's me, I have a smoothie. Only kidding. I also have a cup of tea, because otherwise you guys would be imposter checking me. And at the end of this video I'm going to need to go to the toilet. But yes, so yeah, this is kind of a general check-in, what I want to do with YouTube, and the Get Ready With Me part of it is already done, so. So in terms of where I am with YouTube, I am becoming more and more aware that the language of YouTube is not something that I can do. So the language of YouTube is quick cuts and edits and cutaways to memes, and the video and the content that I enjoy follows that linguistic pattern. Rachel Maskey, my go-to gal. I adore her content. I think she's fantastic. I just enjoy absorbing her as a person. And I'm a very big believer in the idea that in order to do, you must also absorb and enjoy. So things like people shouldn't be writers if they don't read. You shouldn't aspire to be a dancer or an actor if you don't go to dance shows or go to theatre performances. Those things, you have to have an appreciation for the art form that you want to aspire towards in order to both, you know, push your knowledge of that and kind of broaden your understanding of it. And I very much am aware that this is something that I've known for years, is like when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager, I was like, I want to be an actress. I want to go into theatre. I don't want to be like those other girls who want to go to TV or movies. I want to be in theatre. But I never am going to pay that much money to go to theatre that often. I'm not going to pay for the tickets. I go to a Shakespeare maybe once a year, and I love it. But it's not going to happen. And also physically, in terms of like being in a creative field, not only do you like, I am not putting down people who have the drive to push through a lack of talent. Like, talent is not an innate thing. Talent is a trained skill. But in order to aspire to having that skill, you've got to have the drive and the dedication and the effort and input to get to that point. And I've never found anything in my life that I have that has inspired that level of motivation to push to learn a thing. Like, in order to, for example, make interneting a career, which again is not a thing that I would ever truly aspire to, you have to have a ridiculous amount of drive because there is so many people out there trying to do the same thing. It's a very, very small field with a lot of very talented people with a lot of time and energy behind it, and also a vocabulary to fit into. And in order to be a successful internet person, you've got to use all the more modern techniques, use the vocabulary of the media or the platform that you're using. You've got to learn all the things and network, and none of those skills come naturally to me. None of those skills are things that I would want enough to put the effort in to make it worthwhile. And if I were to, I'm just kind of adding to the even more cluttered space. So what I kind of want to do with YouTube at the moment is I kind of want to make it a place where I can use it like it was originally intended. This is old school YouTube. This is 2009 YouTube. I want to use YouTube as a thing for me to kind of put the ideas that I want to look back on in a significant place. Unlike perhaps cloud storage or something like that, I want to be able to look back because I have limited resources for, I don't want to pay for cloud storage, I don't want to pay for like anything like that. It's just, I'm lazy. So if I can come to my YouTube and just be like, that's a thing that I did in 2009, that's a thing I did in 2015, that's, I mean, I think I started streaming, I've had this, I think my 11 years coming up on YouTube. Like, I can look back on that history. And that's kind of what the I'm excited videos have been, is just me chatting about a thing that has made me excited, and I can look back on that and be like, oh yeah, that was a fun thing that I was excited about. And I kind of want to use YouTube as kind of like that for me. Not necessarily for you. No offence to the audience or people who have swung by this channel randomly. I'm probably not going to do any tags, so if you have found this channel, hi, I'm Jenny. Hi. Yeah, I kind of want to use it as like a check, like a scrapbook of my life a little bit, and just kind of do random check-in videos. So one of the things I kind of want to do today, although this video is getting quite long, is this is my old christening globe, and as I've lived in this house, I wrote down my to-do list on little scraps of paper, so then I could take the little scraps of paper off my notice board and put it into my snow globe for future reference. And I've been living in my house for just over a year, and it looks like I've done quite a lot. So some of this stuff is really mundane, some of it's to do with the house. So haircut, I've in fact had I think 2 haircuts since I moved in. Car tyres, I've had them repressurised and redone and multiple times. Key backup, I got my key copied. Electrician, this one's a big one. I had my entire house checked for electrical faults. The earth wire was entirely missing from everything upstairs, including in the bathroom, which is scary when you realise that. I had a new circuit board put in. He rewired my oven so my oven was safe to be plugged in, because the hole in the counters where the oven would go had the electrical switch for the oven directly above it. That was a no-no. So good job, electrician. Guild. This is going back to D&D, because it took me a long time post-pandemic to go back to D&D, and I went back to the guild and I've been playing D&D and I love it. Car key, oh my gosh. My car, I've had it 6 or 7 years now? 5 or 6 years? 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years. I had my button key and I had my spare key. And my spare key went missing ages ago. I have no idea where it went. I think it must have fallen out the back of the boot or something. And then all I had was the button key, which is great. And then the buttons broke, and then the second button broke, to the point where I was literally having to manually turn the key in the lock. And I finally went and got both the buttons replaced and a spare key made. So that's a good one. Painting. This one's a very general one. I don't know what specifically this was referring to. I've done spot painting all the way around the house. I have done this whole feature wall back here that I love. The wooden panelling that I stained, the brass, the hand-painted wall mural up here. I painted the doors on the other side just yesterday. I painted both my bathrooms just a blue because it was just gross and I hated it. I repainted the feature wall in my sitting room. My kitchen is under work right now, and I have painted my back garden. So that's a big load of things. curtain rail back. This is the curtain rail in my sitting room. The one that was in the house when I moved in was falling apart. It just was not. So I replaced it, put on my fresh curtains, very happy with that, and replastered the wall where it had holes, and repainted all of that. Water butt. I got given that for my birthday for my little garden. My sister bought me a water butt which feeds into my drain pipe, so I always have fresh water with which to water my pot plants. And yeah, that's nice. Washing machine. Gosh, this must be nearly doors. So my sister has got a load of furniture that was in storage, but she didn't want to keep paying the rent for the storage, so I got a whole bunch of her old furnishings. So at some point I am worried that her and her husband will come back to the UK and want all of her furniture back, and so I will lose my wardrobe, my chest of drawers, my bookcase, my storage unit for all of my crafting stuff, my washing machine, my fridge, and my sofa, and my TV might all be reclaimed by my sister at any point. So I hope she doesn't want. And my camera decided to turn off. Classic. I hope it got as far as the dentist stuff, because I don't want to repeat that. And we have a couple more. Oh, these ones are all bundled up. Okay, we have back garden. Has been cleaned, painted, tiled. That was a process, but it's done. We have patio ? Same thing. And that's what I managed to do in a year. There's still a couple of things left on my clipboard, which is here. Most of it's old receipts. The front garden still needs some work, the Velux windows still need some work, and the windows and the back garden, and the windows and the roof need work, but that unfortunately is something I need to fight with my housing company. I can't just sort out. But yes, so in terms of plans for the coming year, I'm just going to and YouTube. At some point I want to do like a full house tour and just kind of show, not just tell. I don't think I'm going to do like heavily edited videos on YouTube. I kind of like the chatty talky stuff. And one of the things I really enjoyed about being more on Twitch and my experiences so far on YouTube is I feel like I'm more able to clearly articulate my thoughts in a way because of doing these big long monologues rather than choppily editing around them and doing like high impact, zoom in, zoom out, edit, cut, ping pong. And again, I love watching that. I really enjoy watching it when people do all of that editing stuff, but I don't think I can stare at my face for that long, ever. I would find that horrifying. And I don't think it's me, and I think I really enjoy, again, the aspect of this, which is learning to communicate in a clear way. Maybe not a concise way, but a clear way. So I like doing these, just chatting, like literally not really having any editing at all. I definitely want to carry on with the I'm Excited videos. Coming up with something, or when something comes into my peripheries, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I kind of maybe want to do some more crafting videos in a way that's actually, I can look back at the process. I've been doing most of my crafting on Twitch, which I really love. One of the things I really love about Twitch is it's like a conversation with a group of friends. You put it out into the ether and it disappears. And maybe you remember one or two anecdotes, or one or two things you said, or the experience of the game, or you have the thing that you made. But for the most part, it's just, it's words on the air. It disappears. There's no record of it as such, or if there is, it takes a lot to dig through. While YouTube, I kind of want to be more of a place where ideas that I want to remember are, something that I want to look back on. So yeah, maybe the crafting stuff, I want to maybe put some more stuff over here just so I can see the process and remember what I did and the amount of work that went into it. And perhaps when I'm not talking so much while crafting, I can actually get along with things a bit quicker, rather than at the moment when I do crafting jobs it sometimes takes me weeks and weeks and weeks, because I only do it on Tuesday and I'm talking over it, and it'd be nice to just get some stuff done. I don't know how to do that without doing lots of editing, but that's a job for another Jenny. I'm also thinking about changing the name of my Twitch and of my YouTube channel. Because I think I've kind of moved past a little bit of that. So Took It Home to Jenny is from a Dubliners song. I really liked Sassy Jenny, who sells out the protagonist to the militia, and he gets carted off. And I really liked like lawful good sassiness. However, I have since been told by my brother-in-law, who is of Irish descent, that Jenny is the villain of that story. Yeah, she's the bad guy. She obviously, I kind of knew that, but like he was like, no, why is this your reference? Don't do this. The English have done enough to the Irish already. I thought it was a really cute name because I really like that song, and I think it's really cute, and it's got Jenny in it. Yeah, it's from Whiskey in the Jar. And I thought it was a really cute song, and I thought it was a really cute vlog name because it's taking the camera home to Jenny, taking it home. But I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to be associated with. Equally, class librarian is never been my profession. There's even a tag on Twitch, there's a command that you can use in chat to be like, Jenny's not a librarian, ha ha ha. And you know, SourceFed is a long since gone entity. I think Trish is somewhat uncomfortable when people are like, yay, Trisha from SourceFed! She's like, oh yes, that was a long time ago, moving on swiftly. And Class Librarian, again, it was the nicest YouTube, like the nicest title. Some of the titles that the editors gave the people were just plain mean. But I really prefer, like, Classy Tea Time Jenny is my Instagram name. And it kind of sums me up a little bit more, where I'm just like, I like tea, and I like being me. And that's 90% of my personality, which might make me a very limited personality. Let's be honest, I can be a very boring entity. But it sums me up a little bit more than Classy Librarian or Took It Home to Jenny, neither of which are really me anymore. Now, I haven't come to anything solid, and so it'll probably be 8 months before I actually make a decision. It'll probably go on the corkboard, and it will take a long time for me to get around to it. But it's just something I've been thinking about. Something else I definitely want to do is when House of the Dragon comes back, I definitely want to chat with some of my internet friends about that obsessively, and like detailed theorise and break it down and look at the costumes and look at the lighting and do all of the, like, for every episode we did like an hour and a half long podcast, and I totally want to do that again. It was so fun. So yes, that's 100% something I definitely want to do next year. I want to do maybe a house tour with showing off some of the renovations that I've done. I definitely want to do Twitch more consistently again. I miss doing Twitch more consistently. It's a combination of I very rarely finish work on time nowadays. My time management has not been as good as I would like, and then it's an extra 15 minutes minimum commute. So by the time I get home in the evenings, if it's a late shift, I get in with maybe just enough time to set up, if that. And if I'm on an early shift, I'm just shattered. So I don't know how to make that more consistent, but I am on a self-care kick at the moment, hence the smoothie. I'm just gonna... So I am in a self-care kick at the moment, so I'm trying to build in more stuff in my day, more exercise, more sensible foods, trying to somewhat alter my sleep, but again, I've discussed this in historical things. Clean sleep is not a thing that works for me. I need to accommodate for my lifestyle as part of my sleep schedule, not the other way around. But yeah, that's kind of the update. I want to do more on the internet. Like, one of the things I really enjoy about Twitch is it's a sustainable hobby, but I don't want it to ever feel like I'm doing it for the money. I equally never want to feel like it's draining resources for no real reason. So I don't know. This is a Jenny getting her thoughts out, which is what I kind of want to use YouTube for anyway. So it works out well. Anyway, I've actually got some stuff I need to do this afternoon, so hopefully I can get this spliced together from where the camera cut out, and put on the internet for you guys to watch / future Jenny. Hi, how long is your hair? How good are your teeth? Have you been sleeping well? How clean is your fridge? Do you need to clean your fridge? You probably don't, because your fridge is probably empty. Do you need to buy more milk? How's the shower? Did you manage to sort out the shower? Is it full Victorian greenhouse like you want it to be? Let me know in the comments, future Jenny. I look forward to hearing from you. Anyway, have a good one. Merry Christmas. I'll probably film a little something on Christmas Day proper because that is my YouTube anniversary. I share a YouTube anniversary with Christmas. That was all good. Anyway, I'm also potentially, little side note, going to start unlisting some of my older videos. I have well over 1,000 videos on this channel, and most of them are meh. So I'm going to start going through some of them and maybe getting rid of some of the ones that really are useless filler, because there is a lot of useless filler on this channel. Some of it is historically relevant, some of it is garbage. So yes. Just FYI, if you suddenly see that there are videos disappearing from this channel, that's what's happening. Anyway, have a good one, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you potentially in a couple of days for the Christmas YouTubeversary, where I'll probably just be like, hi, it's late at night, I've got to go to bed. Merry Christmas, Happy YouTubeversary. Spoilers. Anyway. Bye.